Good afternoon, everybody, and God bless. It's a beautiful day out here. The sun's shining. It's not cold, but it's not hot. It's just right. What I want to say is this. It's about taking things for granted. So many times in life we take stuff for granted. We take life for granted. We take our God for granted. And we need to stop. We need to stop taking stuff for granted. Because when we take things for granted, the only thing that can come out of it is we lose. We can lose a lot. We can lose things here on earth. We can lose our very life. But most important, we could even lose our salvation because we've taken something for granted. We take God for granted. That is, so many times we think, because God is loving and merciful, that we can just do whatever we want. But that's not biblical, friends. It's not biblical, and it's ungodly. God, the Word of God tells us how we're to live, and we should live exactly according to the very Word of God. Okay? We shouldn't pick and choose how we live, but we should live according to the Word of God and how the Word of God tells us to live. So many times we just take our God for granted, and we should never do that. Because one day God's going to say that's enough, and He's going to come back. You can believe that. God is coming back. And when He does, it doesn't matter whether we're ready or not. Because when He comes back, if we're ready, we're going to go in the rapture. If we're not ready, well, we'll be left behind. The fact is, God has a certain time that He's coming back. And when that time comes, He's coming, whether you're ready or not. So we need to stop taking life for granted. We need to stop taking God for granted. We need to stand up. We need to take responsibility. We need to put our faith and trust in Jesus Christ, because that is your answer. That is your only answer. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, and no man comes to the Father but through Him. There are not many ways to get to heaven. There is only one way, and that's through Jesus Christ. He is the door. He is the only way. If you're placing your faith in anything other than Jesus Christ, you don't go. I'm here to tell you, now's the day of salvation. Now's the time for salvation. Tomorrow's not promised. Friends, this is serious. This is about where you're going to spend eternity. You're either going to spend eternity with God, or you're going to spend eternity in hell. But regardless of where, it's forever. Today is the day. If you're breathing the breath of life, you need to make peace with God today through Jesus Christ. He is your advocate. He is who we have to go through to get to the Father. And I'm here to tell you, make peace with God today through Jesus Christ. God bless you, friends.